Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jake the Fate, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review and demo on this Schecter C-1 Hellraiser. Before I get started, I want to apologize if it's a little bit loud. It's been raining, and I got a sunroof right over my head. So if the drops are a little bit loud, I apologize about that. So here I have the Schecter C-1 Hellraiser. And without further ado, I'm going to take you guys to the workbench, show you guys spec by spec what this guitar brings, what it has, all the cool features. And then I'm going to give you guys a quick demo of how this guitar sounds. And then I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on this Schecter C-1 Hellraiser. Alright, so this guitar is a mahogany body with a 3-piece mahogany neck with a rosewood fingerboard. The scale length of this guitar is a 25.5-inch scale length with a 42mm nut width over here. The color of this guitar is a black cherry red with a quilted maple top. As you guys can see right there, a very nice quilted maple top right there. Very nicely figured. You've got these nice contours on the horns of the guitar. You know, they're very subtle. They're not like the C1 Platinum that I have where they're like you can actually see them. But you can still kind of see them. And this guitar is an arc top, which I absolutely love. As you guys can see right there, it goes around the entire guitar. It's nicely arced, so your forms can rest right over here very nicely. And in terms of electronics, you have one master volume for your neck, one master volume for your bridge, and one master tone. And you can actually coil split these because these are, I'll explain what pickups these are. And you have a 3-way switchblade for your pickup selector switch right there. So I'm going to take off these strings and show you guys what's under the hood here, talk a little bit about the pickups, and get really into depth with this guitar. So these pickups here, you have the EMG 81TW, and you have the EMG 89R. Basically allows you to coil split these, and as you can see, this pickup is a lot thicker than a regular EMG 81. So here I have this EMG 81. I'll put it as close as possible here. See how much thicker that is. So that's the EMG 81TW and the EMG 89R on the neck. And you guys do have some conductive painting inside these cavities here, which is pretty good. You have this Tunematic Tone Pros bridge over here. And this one's pretty good because, as you guys can see right here, you guys can screw that into place. I unscrewed it just to show you guys, but you guys can actually, with the little Allen key, screw that right back into place. And you guys don't have to worry about this going up and down, moving when you guys flip this to like switch your strings. Like most Epiphones, if you just flip them over, they just come right off. So that's a pretty good Tunematic bridge right there. And you got this nice abalone binding around the entire guitar, which just looks super nice, man. Kind of looks really royalty, if you ask me. On the inlays here, you have these Gothic crosses with abalone inlays also. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but the fretboard is a 14-inch radius with a thin C-shaped neck. So it's freaking awesome to shred on this guitar. Super awesome, super fast. Also a rosewood fingerboard. And you have 24 jumbo frets on this guitar, so you can actually dig into this guitar. This nut over here, like I said, it's a 42mm nut width. It's actually a Graphtec extra large, and they actually put a little sticker right there on the back plate that this is a Graphtec nut. You got the little Hellraiser truss rod cover right there with the abalone binding around the headstock over here. You'll get that quilted maple top on the headstock. This is the older model, which I honestly, it looks pretty nice. To me personally, I like how this one looks. I like how they both look, but this one just looks a little bit more aesthetic. The newer one just looks like a straight up metal font. But yeah, the hardware is a black chrome. And these are, I'm going to flip this guitar over real quick. Headstock, you do get these Schecter locking tuners over here. And like I said, this one is an older model. From 2012. The only difference is that with the newer models, it's just the font of the logo looks a little bit different. That nice little volute right there. You got gloss. This whole thing is gloss. So if you have sticky fingers, this is going to be pretty annoying for you. like how it is for me. You get this ultra axis cut over here on the heel. Very nice. Very fast playing. So very nice. You get this very tiny looking belly cut over here, which is kind of weird because most of the other Schecters are pretty big. Like they just run from like here all the way back here. But you know, you still get this little belly cut over here. This is a string through guitar, so the strings go right there through the back of the guitar. You have the battery compartment over here, right there for your EMGs. This is what's going on back here on the control cavity. I always thought that with the EMGs you'll get like the quick connect system, but you don't. You just get like the regular soldered stuff. So, but you do get a nice quality 3-way selector switch right there. As you guys can see it right there. This is the volume potentiometer for the neck, volume potentiometer for the bridge. And, you know, you quarter split these two. That's your tone right there, back there with that little chiclet looking capacitor. Everything looks how it's supposed to look back here. And they also did a really good job with the conductive painting back here. So overall, just a very nice guitar. Like this guitar looks very nice from the back. So just a very nice looking guitar. I just still can't get over that abalone binding on this guitar, man. It just looks so nice. Very nice. You know, the only thing I don't like about this, you know, most gloss guitars is that, you know, I have sweaty hands, so it just looks dirty. But I've noticed that it's only with the black guitars that, you know, you really see like the fingerprints. So with something like this, you kind of really won't see it unless like the lighting hits it at a certain angle. Overall, it just looks like a freaking awesome metal machine, man. All I'm gonna do now is put on these strings, give it a quick little demo, and give you guys my final thoughts on this Schecter C-1 Hellraiser. So there it is, the Schecter C-1 Hellraiser. Now, one of my final thoughts on this guitar. Personally, this guitar is a freaking beast. You know, aside from it not having a Floyd Rose, which I wish it did, you know, they do actually have that configuration. You could get these with the Floyd Rose. It being a string through with a tunematic bridge, it's less of a headache to deal with, you know, not having a Floyd Rose, which a lot of people prefer. And this is the second Schecter that I have that is not a Floyd Rose guitar, aside from the Machine Gun Kelly guitar, but I'm not going to get into that because that one gave me a lot of heat on the comment section. Beast of a guitar. It's such a freaking literal Hellraiser. Only complaint that I have personally is the neck being gloss, because I have sweaty hands and it does get sticky. You know, it does get a little bit gunky. There's a few tricks and tips that I've done to a few of my guitars that have gloss necks, and you know, you can just scuff it down and then, you know, put a matte clear over the neck just to give it a smoother feel to it. But I don't know if I'm going to do this to this guitar, because this guitar was one of the guitars that Nicole wanted me to get so bad. And I know a lot of people are like, oh man, I don't want to scratch up my guitar just to like do that. She'll probably kick my ass if I do that, especially to my Sinister Gates guitar, because she was like, don't do anything, modify that guitar. So I'm not going to do that. You know, just the aesthetics of the guitar itself, you know, the abalone binding on the body and on the headstock just looks freaking phenomenal. And the black cherry finish, even though it kind of looks like a crimson red, me personally, it does look devilish. It does look like a freaking Hellraiser kind of guitar. And now these pickups, even though, like I said, it is the EMG 81 TW, so you can actually, you know, close split these, which is not typically done with regular EMGs. So if you're a guy that likes to close split your guitars, this is perfect for you. I don't really usually do it, but you know, having this can give you some different tonal options. Now, even though this guitar is an older model, the newer models, you know, you can obviously get the newer models. The only difference would be the logo, the way the logo looks. Everything's the same, you know, the body, the wood, the configuration, everything's the same, the electronics. But, you know, they do go for around $1,000 brand new. You could probably get them for around $800, maybe $700 used on the Facebook market or anywhere, Guitar Center, Sam Ash. Well, that's how much I got this one for. But brand new, they do go for around $1,000 if you guys want to get the newer models. I highly recommend you guys getting this if you guys are a Schecter collector like myself. You know, I have a few different Schecters, and I just love collecting Schecters. So highly recommend you guys if you guys are into that. You know, having this in your collection, it's just gonna be another guitar that you guys are just gonna keep going right back to. The Hellraisers, that's how you know a Hellraiser is a Hellraiser, because it's got the EMG 81 TW and the 89R on the neck. So that's how you can tell it's a Hellraiser, just by looking at the pickups. So again, like I said, highly recommend you guys getting this guitar if you guys are Schecter collectors, if you guys are into the EMGs, if you guys love, you know, this type of style of metal playing guitars. Highly recommend you guys getting them. So I hope you guys find this video useful and helpful in any way, shape, or form. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because that's all I do on this channel. Guitar reviews, guitar builds, wiring stuff, anything guitar related. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.